Hello, world cruisers. It's Saturday, July 13th, 2024. We are on the Ultimate World Cruise. The port we stopped in is Malaga, Spain. And although I don't have any pictures of Malaga, we grabbed a tour bus and went inland about an hour and a half to the city of Grenada. And within the city of Grenada was the last Muslim stronghold of Alhambra. And what you need to know about the Muslim invasion in Andalusia, Spain, the southern part of Spain, was that in 1492, when Columbus sailed the ocean blue, that was the year that the Spaniards finally overcame the last stronghold of Alhambra that the Muslims were occupying above the city of Grenada. And so what we're going to be touring today is this city of Alhambra, the fort up there, and the Muslim palace that's up there. So she's pointing out on a relief map where Alhambra is, and you see it's that walled city with you see the square with the circle in the middle of it. You're going to see that later on. It's like a building with a bull ring in the middle. But it's that upper city surrounded by a wall that we're going to go see. So as we enter, the gardens that the Muslims kept up here were absolutely beautiful. They're all about symmetry. They're all about making water available. It's a dry, arid place. It grows citrus really well, and they made a man-made lake up in the Sierra Nevada mountains. That's what they're called, up above the city. And then they built aqueducts to bring the water into this palace/fortified city of Alhambra. And there's like 3 terraces within the city, and the water flowed into the first one, then down to the second one, then down to the third one. And so the Muslim gardens are all about water features, and it's beautiful. Planted these skyrocket cypress trees all over the place. Lots of hedges. I have no idea how many gardeners it takes to maintain these beautiful gardens today, but this is the most visited place in this part of Andalusia. Now, there are literally thousands of people in here, so it's hard to edit them out. I did the best I could. So here you have you can see the walls of the city of Alhambra down there with those guard towers. And then the city of Grenada is out in the distance, those white buildings. So this place grows olives. It grows citrus trees really well. Oranges, lemons, and it's interesting. We learned that the pomegranate tree is a symbol for Spain of the overtaking of the Muslims and driving them out of Spain in 1492. So when the Spaniards finally took all of the Muslims out of the southern part of Spain, King Charles V of Spain took over this palace, these grounds, and he's the one that built that square building with the round center that you'll see in a few minutes. But the design detail in this Muslim palace is just amazing. There you go. There's an example of another beautiful water feature. And notice in the rooms, in almost every room in this palace, there was some kind of water feature, a fountain in the middle with water flowing down a channel, It's almost like it was their air conditioning back in those days inside the buildings. So you'll see that example in a few of these rooms coming up. They spent a lot of their time outdoors because it's so hot in the summertime here. It gets probably to 110 or around that in August and in September. Okay, this is the remains of the guest house you can see down there to the left within the palace. Nice view off to the left as I pan around there. Now, this palace is actually outside the walls of Alhambra. So now we're crossing over, I think it used to be a moat down there, I'm not sure, but we're crossing over the bridge actually into the Palace of Alhambra, or excuse me, into the fortified city of Alhambra through this gate. Okay, this house belonged to somebody whose daughter got involved with, I think, a Muslim guy after the Christians took it over. He invited them over for dinner and beheaded them all. This is what used to be the mosque baths when it was still Christian. So this is the building here that King Charles V had built. You saw it on that relief map. It was a square building with a round center. And he finished it, partially finished it, I guess. It was never occupied. Before it was totally finished, they moved the capital of Spain to Madrid. And this building went unused for a long, long time. They finally finished it, and I think they use it as a concert venue now, as you'll see in a minute. We'll go inside, and you'll see they have it set up for either theater or concert or something. The life in the Middle Ages was tough. There you go. Looks like a bull ring in the middle to me, but now it's set up for a theater. They have lights around the perimeter. I think they just got the roof put on this thing maybe 20, 30 years ago. All right, so we're back in the Muslim palace now. Looking at some of the artwork that survived from the 13th and 14th centuries. And again, after the Christians drove out the Muslims, then they occupied this property. But some of the original artwork is still there, so. That's the view off the balcony of the fortifications looking at Grenada. That's the city of Grenada outside the walls out there. So there's that water feature in the center of the courtyard here. So water bubbles into that fountain and then runs down a channel and goes into the next room or the next level down. It's not wasted, it's reused, but it seems like it was kind of their air conditioning. It's amazing how well preserved this 13th, 14th century artwork is. There's your symmetry. Look at the reflection in that pond. And both sides of the courtyard are the same. It's beautiful. Again, another example of symmetry design. This is over on the female side of the castle. In center courtyard, water feature, channel, the water runs out, runs into one of the rooms. There, like central air conditioning. Look at that detailed artwork. They had some kind of a fear. Once they started decorating a wall, they had to do the whole thing. They couldn't leave part of it undecorated. So again, there's another view looking out at Grenada from another vantage point on a patio. Well, that's it for Alhambra, and I just wanted to show you what the countryside looked like. Going on our way back to Malaga, there's miles and miles of both olive orchards and citrus trees, which this region is one of the greatest producers in the world of olive oil. But stay tuned tomorrow for Casablanca, Morocco. We'll be leaving the Mediterranean tonight, sailing out past Gibraltar and heading for the continent of Africa, landing at the port of Casablanca tomorrow.